Thanks for having me, Carol.
Just to be clear, you're an atheist, and your group offers support to students in high schools and colleges nationwide. Why do you think we're seeing this shift?
Well, you know, there have always been doubts among everyone in the population, but right now the millennials are coming of age in a time with the internet. For those with doubts before, who could they go to? They would go to church, where doubts are actively discouraged. Now they're connected with a worldwide community of people who can encourage the doubts, engage with them, and really, now they have a place to discuss it, online and increasingly on campus with secular student alliances.
But that doesn't necessarily mean they don't believe in God or won't believe in God in the future. When you're young, you do question things. It's just the nature of a human being, human nature.
Yeah, and we're finding that as they question, unless the questions are really encouraged and people can explore the beliefs fully, they're not going to come to their own conclusions. And I think as more and more people can engage with the questions with peers on campus, online, they'll come to the conclusion that, well, I can think for myself, maybe I don't need to believe in God to be a good person. And that's really what we're finding. More and more secular students are coming to campus and coming to internet forums saying that and admitting that they don't believe in a God.
Do you really have do you do work within high schools?
Especially recently, high school students are more and more coming to us looking for help because they face specific challenges from their administrators, from their communities. When they start to question, when they have these doubts, where do they go? And we need to be there protecting them. The Equal Access Act requires the schools to allow them to form groups, and they often experience pushback without help from a national group like the Secular Student Alliance.
Well, some Christians might argue that because such groups are in high schools, you're sort of indoctrinating young people at a time when, you know, it's not proper because they're not old enough to really handle questions like that.
You know, we don't go out finding students. We empower them to form groups if they want. There are tons of Fellowship of Christian Athletes. There are tons of groups on high school campuses already for students who are trying to profess a Christian faith. We're providing secular students at high schools and college campuses with a safe place and a safe community of peers. It's not about forcing anybody to be non-religious. It's about giving them a safe place to discuss and live out their values.
Well, some people accuse organizations like yours of trying to shape the beliefs of young people, and they say that that's dangerous because most religious people, you know, religion helps you in your life. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, you know, it's not about forcing anybody to leave their faith, but I think as more and more students are acting as role models and leaders on their campus and in their communities, showing that you can be a good person without believing in God. I mean, these groups are doing community service projects, driving down to New Orleans, rebuilding houses after Katrina. The Illini Secular Student Alliance is hosting pizza parties and board game nights with the Muslim Student Association. I mean, these are not threats to our society. These are just students who want to be good people, but don't happen to believe in God. And we're giving them places that they can do that without feeling that they're living a lie.
Jesse Galef, thank you so much for joining us this morning.